LeBron James has a championship already in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform. Now, he might be chasing Jordan, and there might be some individual pressure that he's applying to himself and the haters out there that want to give it to Jordan or whatever, even though I'm a Jordan guy, you're a Jordan guy, and I don't consider us haters. I mean, God forbid I say LeBron's number 2 all time. Stop the presses. What an incredible insult in the history of basketball. There's only one player that I have better than him. I mean, my God, just stop the presses. But the point is this. LeBron already has a chip in an LA uniform. And we expected him to be back this year if it were not for the injuries. If Russell Westbrook comes there and they're healthy and they don't find a way to get it done, I mean, listen, you're gonna recognize Russell Westbrook's individual greatness. But there's going to be a lot of questions about team. Remember, he wants to play his way. In Houston, he wanted to play his way. He told Houston that. I want to play my way.
When they did.
Would you guys take the Lakers right now?
I'm talking about to depart Houston. He was telling them, I want to play my way. I don't want to play Harden's way. I don't want to be his sidekick. I want to do what I do. When he arrived in Houston and Mike D'Antoni was coaching, I'm just going to do what I do. Russell Westbrook is known as a guy who says, I'm going to do it my way.
Two things. One, LeBron is the one player in the league who might have the gravitas to bring Russell Westbrook, the gravity to bring Russell Westbrook into the fold. That wasn't KD. They were contemporaries, and Westbrook had a very strong personality. And at times you could squint and who's better. That's LeBron is he's the guy challenging Jordan. But there's a guy challenging LeBron right now, which puts extra emphasis on what's going on, and that's KD.
Right.
Yeah.
KD is crewed up. KD's never won. KD's never won a title when he hasn't had basically an unfair advantage.
Right.
It looks like he has one again. Now LeBron has just enough where we can look at both of these guys and say, no excuses. Whose league is it?
That's a fair argument about LeBron, Max, if we're talking about the finals has arrived and now it's Brooklyn versus LA. I'm saying before you get to that, just coming into the season, there is no question that there is more pressure on Russell Westbrook than it is on LeBron James. That's how I view it. That's how I view it.
Westbrook, a lot of times in the first half, because he has a certain way of playing, it takes the team and him time to get used to each other. But the second half, Westbrook's always balling. Think about Houston. Think about Washington.
Nobody said
always second half. Oh my God, look at this guy.
Nobody said he isn't balling. What we're talking about are final results. When you are the point guard, you're not just responsible for how you play. You're responsible for how the team plays. Now, if you're a scorer, you're a big man, something like that, it's on you. But when you're the point guard.
Is there anything
okay, hold on. Final results. So right now, who would you be taking? Are you taking the Nets or the Lakers?
Nets at this moment.
I would take the Nets.
But I don't think the Lakers are done. I think there are veterans, like let's keep an eye on Kevin Love. Let's keep an eye on Buddy Hield. Let's keep an eye on shooters and vets who might take the minimum, not that those guys would, who want to join a team like that.
Max is right.
You know, they have to play with shooters.
Max is right.
You're both taking the Nets, even with Russell Westbrook.
Here's a more direct statement. With Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, the Lakers' total squad, as presently constructed, would not beat a healthy Brooklyn Nets.
Probably not. Not at the moment. But I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done. The Nets just added 5 draft picks. Give the Lakers a minute to see what they do.
Again, of course, that's a given. But like I've religiously stated on this show, Kyrie shot 92% from the free throw line last year. James Harden shot 86%. Kevin Durant was around 87, 88%. Religiously, they're 85 or better. LeBron James shot 69% from the free throw line last season and has been struggling the last 3 years from the free throw line. And over the last 2 years, specifically this past season, Russell Westbrook shot 65% from the free throw line. Playoff basketball, the game slows, okay? The open court opportunities aren't there the way they are during the regular season. And when you get into a half-court set, which LeBron is an absolute master at, but then you go to the free throw line, let me assure you, there is no way in hell the Lakers will shoot better from the free throw line than the Brooklyn Nets.
The difference is this.
And that matters. Even though the Lakers might get to the line more because they're bigger and they'll attack the basket more.
The difference is this. The Lakers have, of the big three, the Lakers have better raw athletes, size, strength. The Nets have more skilled players scoring the ball. at his size, Kyrie Irving scoring the ball, you can argue is the best who ever did it. Same thing with Harden, same thing with KD. So you have 3 of the GOATs scoring the basketball at their size, history of the game. That is tough to beat. The Lakers' athletic ability, size, defense, and kind of basketball IQ, all that stuff that they have probably isn't enough if they're both healthy. But no other team is going to stand in those teams' way. That series is going games, and I need to see what else the Lakers do. Because, Stephen A., if they plug in 2 knockdown shooters on this team to go with those 3, who knows?
One more thing before we move on. How much more longevity does this give LeBron James when we're talking about time to win championships?
Well, I'm not thinking about it from that standpoint, Molly. I'm thinking that both teams, Brooklyn and L.A., have 2 years. Now, don't mind you, all 3.
Why Brooklyn?
All 3. Well, I'm just saying 2 years to show what they're going to do.
Oh,
In other
got
words,
it. I thought you meant championship window.
I think the league is on the come up, and I think that if you don't, to me, if you don't win a title within the next 2 years, you ain't going to do it. As presently constructed.
There's one more team.
That's how I view both teams.
Okay.
Both teams.
There's one more team that we have to keep our eye on who could throw a monkey wrench, and that's the Warriors, because they have Clay coming back with Steph, they have Dre, and they have so much other stuff. Like they've been shopping it, they've been trying to do something, haven't been able to do it. But Wiseman, Wiggins, multiple lottery picks that they wound up using, Poole, they have a lot of stuff, so we got to keep our eye on them. But barring some big move by the Warriors, it's just the Lakers.
I don't know how many times I've had to say on this show, I mean, you ain't going to find a bigger Klay Thompson fan than me. And if Klay Thompson is healthy and Steph Curry is healthy, the Warriors are going to the conference finals.
Conference finals, but it ends there if they don't make a move.
A minimum. That's how I view the Golden State Warriors. That's how significant I think Klay Thompson, a healthy Klay Thompson, is to that squad. Klay Thompson with Steph Curry, they're going to stand in somebody's way. And with the Clippers, remember the Clippers gave the Brooklyn Nets a run for their money, even though it was regular season games. You know why? Because, again, you got cats that could score like Kawhi and Paul George, but they make free throws. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.